Hey, good morning, YouTube. Well, we're going to introduce you to the next project. Accidents do happen, and it seems like this is number 2 for us, so we need to be on the lookout for number 3. That's for doggone sure. KJ's truck slid over the hill this morning. He wasn't in it. It was sitting there idling and it hit a tree. So, this is where we'll be here. BOV1 will have to come out of the garage and we'll put Henry III back in and build Henry IV. It bent this frame rail straight down, if you can see. So the truck is totaled. But we'll make it better. That's what we do. Talk to you later. Mr. Rush.
What?
What happened?
Don't trust your e-brake. She don't work. She rolls real well. But buy a plow mount because it'll save your motor.
What's going on, YouTube? So, yeah, we kind of introduced a new project this morning, and I really am kind of sick over the whole deal. Those of you who watch the channel or know Kenneth or myself, you know that we went through his truck, who we call Henry III, about a year ago. At this point, it was a Christmas present for him last year, not this past, not 2020, but 2019. We bought Henry III off of the next door neighbor, Wayne. Give $1,500 for it. It's a 3/4 ton 07 F250, 6-speed with the 5.4. I put a lot of work into that truck. We figured we had about $9,000 in it, all in when we were done. And he's been driving it successfully for the last year with pretty much no problems. We've had a couple little problems here and there. We had a spark plug go bad. The electrode came loose in it, and then later on we ended up having another spark plug went bad, and KJ changed both of those and was able to take care of it. But so this morning he was getting ready for school, went out and fired the truck up. The park brake hasn't always worked the greatest on it. We've been kind of inching up on the adjustment. All the brakes were new. I actually replaced everything, even in the park brakes back there. But that parking brake adjustment just was never really up to where it should have been. And he actually had the wheel chalked and the park brake on, but the truck was sitting running in front of the house. And the topography around the house there, obviously my house is up on a hill leading downward towards the railroad. And well, the truck took off this morning. Nobody was in it or around it. And it ended up hitting a tree right near the railroad. As you saw the video there this morning, it's pretty much totally wasted. So KJ and I have been spitballing ideas back and forth, trying to figure out what's going to be the most cost-effective way of getting this thing back together. Fortunately, we did just purchase a 2000, and I think it's a 6, maybe a 5, I don't know, F350 off of a friend of ours that has a V10 in it, the 6.8 liter that's blowed up, or at least we think it's blowed up. We're not 100% sure, but that truck is most likely going to get cannibalized so that we can get KJ's back together. We're going to, I guess, jump into it hot and heavy tonight. Going to take BOV1 back out of the garage and get things rolling with what's going to end up being Henry IV, which really is Henry III, just the second time around. I don't know. Confusing, right? So, but yeah, really am, you know, these things always bring up lots of emotions and things, and I just feel sorry that, you know, that's what happened. And there's a million things that we could have done differently. I should have adjusted the brakes. The way the truck was parked, could have turned the wheels, could have put a bigger block under, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda. So all I can say is we need to learn from this and move forward. Accidents do happen, like they always say, you know, so we're going to figure it out. Hopefully build a bigger, better truck and get KJ back on the road. So pay attention, because this is going to happen hot and it's going to happen fast. So we're about to get into it. All right, guys. If you would, like I said, just keep along watching us here and we'll figure things out. See you soon. what's going on, YouTube? Well, we've got the parts truck in the garage. I don't know. So the parts truck to put Henry back together is a 2006 F350 FX4 package that we bought from Turning Point Services here in Hickory, Avella, Pennsylvania. This was a plow truck of theirs that has been retired because of that. 3-valve Triton T6 6.8 V10. I think has had better days. It's making some rattling noises. Justy said it was from down low. I don't think it is. I think it's probably the head. Timing chains went bad. The adjusters went bad. Starved the right rear of the head, most likely, just like they do on these V10s and 5.4s. So I think that's actually what's going on with it. But out with the V10, in with the 5.4 in the 6-speed. You got the bed off of it tonight. Frame is actually in relatively good condition. You actually added some virgin metal right there. So it's in better condition than KJ's truck was in, than Henry. That rear cross member on Henry I had to completely replace and fix. This truck, as you can see, it's not in bad shape. Dirty. We're going to take it back outside tomorrow and clean it. And then move our attention to getting the cab off of it. Once we get the cab off of it, we'll figure out what's going on with it, probably lay it on its back and see what's going on underneath of it, and decide whether or not we're going to use KJ's cab or if we're going to use this cab. Reason we may use this cab is because KJ's cab is currently having a hard time opening. The doors kind of got a funky way that they're opening, but it took a heck of a hit when it hit the tree down at the bottom of the hill, so we'll have to see what happens with it. This truck had 129,000 miles on it. It is a F350, so it's going to be the heavy-duty everything FX4 package. I don't know what all that means, really. I know that it means it's going to have sway bars, because KJ's didn't have sway bars on it, and this one does. Which I would think off-road, why do you want sway bars, right? You want more articulation, and that's what sway bars are going to take away, so who knows? Who knows what they were thinking? I don't, that's for sure. But so far, everything looks relatively the same from whenever we did KJ's truck, which actually was a year and 2 days ago, is when it ended up on the road. We're going to have to change the hitch. That hitch has a big hole in the bottom of it. So I hope Justin wasn't towing anything with it, because it is junk. The bed is off of it, like we said. It is junk, as is most Super Duty beds at this age. When I cut them bed bolts off of there, what I usually do is I'll cut a star in it on the top side. I don't know that you can see any of mine here. I'll cut a star in the top side of it and then chisel it out of there. It seems to be the easiest way to get them out. So there's a washer, as you can see all the cuts I put in it with the death wheel. You smack it a couple times then with a good chisel and focus. There you go, and then it works fine. So that's the plan for that. The interior of Henry Ford looks like just about any other service truck in the world. It's been hammered, but again, KJ's cab corners were completely gone when we got it. These are showing some signs of corrosion down low there, but that's I don't know what we'll do there. You have to take a look at it. You can see the rocker panel, the bottom of that rocker looks pretty ugly, but again, KJ's was completely gone. So we'll figure out what we're doing once we get into it. Those cab corner kits and rocker panel kits aren't that expensive, and we're getting pretty good at doing it. So, but that's all for tonight. I'm going to try and post more frequent videos as we go through this project, because I expect that we're going to be moving pretty quick. So there's going to be a lot of material to cover. Try and cut the video time down. That way they're easier to watch. All right. So that's it from the garage this evening. Hope you guys stick around. Watch us put this truck back together. Essentially, it's going to be a Super Duty, what would you call it? Not a frame swap, because it's a frame for a frame. I would call it a frame transplant. There you go, right? F250 to F350, 5.4 liter, 6-speed. All right, guys, that's all for tonight. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye. So just to put this into context, this all happened this morning, March the 24th. We're already putting it back together.